As you just heard the reading and the whisper, um, what do you think of awareness? What is awareness in our lives? Whom do we call up? This person is aware. This person is sleeping. This person is daydreaming. Who is the person who's aware? Who's aware? Generally, in normal world, we say, okay, he is aware of what is happening around himself. And that is what an average human being considers to be an aware person. Okay, he knows what is happening in the market. He knows what is happening in politics, in world politics, and what is happening in town. He knows. Ask him. He's aware of everything. But the same person, when he comes to the spiritual path and he tries to use this way of being aware, is actually again falling into the hands of Maya. Because he is, like in this reading it was said, aware of things outside of himself. The more he is aware of things and his magnetism is into those things, that will become his reality. In fact, that will start affecting him. Oh, this has happened good. Oh, this has happened bad. And this is where we need to understand. When we come onto the spiritual path and we talk of awareness of the inner kingdom, it is not at all being aware of outside things. We have to learn somehow to become aware of the inner kingdom. And from our birth, we have not been trained to do that. Everything has been outward. So we are starting off at a disadvantage because we have lived in that way. We have been taught by our parents, by society, by teachers, by everyone that, oh, your general knowledge should be good, you should know everything. And how does it make a difference to me what Trump is doing in US? But if I pay my attention to that, I will say, oh, he's good, he's bad. You see, it's a wastage of time. So then we come to the next part. Maybe as Indians we won't realize it, but a lot of foreigners, they come to India for in the seeking of spiritualism, isn't it? India is the spiritual capital of the world. Why is it so? And I'm not talking even of an average person. People as evolved as Swami Kriyananda, as the Naya Swamis, who are there in our order, who are foreigners, almost universally, they have said that the moment their plane has landed, from that moment they felt a different magnetism. And it was not what they saw. Certainly not. Dirty, chaos, no sense, no rules. But he says if you shut that out, you feel something within you. And then this question was asked to Yogananda ji by his disciples, American disciples, who had come to India. And he says, why do you think? He asked this question. And he said, is it because so many saints have been born in India over the millennium? Is it because there are many holy places, temples, gurdwaras, mosques, churches? What is it? And Yogananda ji said that it is not only these. These things exist in other places also. There have been saints in Europe. There are churches there. You go to Middle East, there are there. He says it is the thought. It is the emphasis of an average Indian that is changing it. And people were confused. He says, well, how come they are also involved in businesses? They are also involved. He says, everything in their life is reminding them of God, even if subconsciously. He says, you go and look to the names of the people. Shiv. My father was Keshwanand. At least that generation, almost everyone had names of God. You go to a business center, Lakshmi Pan stall. Okay, it's a worldly thing. You're even going to eat their pan. but you are taking the name. You go to any truck, you go to any car, there is a Shiv Murti, Krishna Murti, or at least an Om written there. He says subconscious plays a very important part. He may be doing the most worldly task, but inadvertently he is reminded of God. And that is what his awareness is all about. And that he says, from the very birth, a person is bombarded with the name of God. He may be talking, Ram might be his enemy. A boy named Ram might be his enemy. But he is taking the name of Ram. That is why he said that so many saints have chosen to be born here. But another thing noticed by these very disciples is when they were coming here in 50s, 60s, and to what they are coming now, he says there is a change. And you see the change in the consciousness. We have all seen, some of us who are older, we have seen the change happen in India also, because we are becoming more outward, more after money. And to this also Master explained certain things. He says, because what Yogananda ji came for, what Babaji wanted, he wanted this spiritual understanding to spread to the rest of the world. And he says many souls who have been traditionally born in India are now being born. So this, because what was required? Economic development of India and spiritual development of the West. But then we say, how is it that you go to a place, you have come here, many, including the level, now they have gone into level 2, the classes that are going. I got a call day before yesterday only. Okay, sir, I had a very good meditation whenever I was there in the center. In fact, I felt this and I felt that. And it was actually a true experience. I could make out when he was talking about it that I felt this, felt. And he says, but I am trying the same thing at home, it's not happening. And I explained him why. Because of the magnetism of the place, the vibration of the place. Why? Many people over many months have meditated here. So a vibration of a place changes. To this extent, how magnetism affects, because magnetism is an energy, it's not just electricity we are talking of. What Master said was that actually human beings will realize that how electricity is also formed. We are just, as of now, our science says only electrons moving from one place to another, there are positive, there are negative. He says everything is controlled by magnetism. And he says human race will become aware of it in Treta Yuga, that everything is from Om. And the as recent example as the spiritual renewal week, 3 of us were there. It was first of all a beautiful experience. Why? Because 250 Kriyavans from all over the world. And when they were meditating together, praying together, the vibration of the place could be felt. You didn't have to make an effort. And to this extent, this is a blog written by Devi ji just now, after the spiritual renewal week. And they will corroborate to it. There was a concert which was organized there. And in fact, Bharat ji was the one in charge and with this and doing this. And the people who sang, who were part of the choir and individual music systems and all, it was a beautiful experience. It could be felt by everyone. But what Devi ji writes is, when she was experiencing this concert, there was a picture of Swamiji behind, where they performed. Obviously all the masters were there and Swamiji was there, and she felt him to be nodding from there. And she went out, keeping this experience in her heart, not wanting to share with anyone. And Dev Rishi ji came to her and said, this thing happened. That is the magnetism of the awareness of being present in that moment. 250 Kriyabans, seeking the same Guru, calling out to the same Guru, attracted it. I am sure everyone felt it. Everyone felt it. But seeing these things was more attunement of these people. And this is what being aware of is. Being in the present moment. Actual thing, how are you aware of? That you are aware of the present moment. Unfortunately, when we are even trying to meditate or do anything in our life, we are so much caught up in our past or so much thinking about the future that we are not completely aware of what is happening. And because we are not aware of what is happening and what is trying to come to us, we miss it. And then we say, I can't see Guru, I can't see light, I don't feel the presence. Why? Because he's coming. But what am I thinking? Okay, oh, I have to order this, I have to go back home, do this, okay, this is not meditation. There are people who, I'm sure all of us have interacted with such people. Maybe in and around your families also you would have. There are some people who have caught up in the past. I will tell you, I had gone on a UN mission to Sierra Leone in Africa, and we were part of an operation. We were coming back, de-inducting in jungles in the middle of nowhere, a place called Calhoun. And I come to that place, there is a kind of a restaurant, so we go there. And the guy who's serving, he comes and I am telling you, I have not seen a person with a more morose face. He's doing his job, but he's totally so. But we were in a better frame of mind and also whatever. I asked him, he was gruff, not interested. So the other person told that he was one of the richest guys of that whole area. And when the Revolutionary United Front, the rebels came in, they destroyed everything of his. And now he's a waiter. But his family was spared because he gave them money. Now, and this had happened 4 or 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago. Now this person was still caught there. I was a millionaire. 5 years had passed, no effort. Couldn't he have been thankful that his own life, his family's life was spared? What is money? But no. And I'm taking his example not to say that look at him types. No. You see us also in our lives, certain incidents still have a magnetism in our brain. We are caught there. Why? Or I am thinking of future so much that I have to do this, I have to do that. No, I'll do this. That I am not living in the present moment. There are many people who are so caught up in these horoscopes and predictions for future. They're not living in the present. I am telling you, one cousin brother of mine who's supposedly very good in this horoscope thing, and he read some charts and he came to know that in the next some time when he's going to be traveling, he's going to be killed by someone. So the person stopped traveling. Imagine he's living in future, that something may happen. And this is what our Guru said. If you are aware of the present, then and only then will you be able to receive the grace, the magnetism from your Guru. Otherwise, it is coming to us and we are looking somewhere else. If magnetism is coming from here and I am looking, oh, that place is. And this is why we miss out. The Gurus are always helping us, always trying their very best to help us. There's a story of Yogananda ji only, of India House when it was being built in Hollywood Church, the church of SRF, and the monks, one of them was Swami Kriyananda, were building this India House. It was a dedication to Indian saints. If you get a chance, you must have gone there. I don't know whether you went there. And this was being built, but the monks were, they were normal people like us. They didn't know how to build. So they contracted a builder whose name was Andy, that he knew. So he was the one who was telling everything how to do, and the workforce was the monks. And they started making the India House. 1 or 2 weeks passed. When Swamiji says that this person, Andy, was a nice person, but totally worldly, totally involved in the world. I have to do this, make money, this thing, that, and the way most of us are. He says, however, as the weeks passed, what the monks used to do when they used to take a break, they used to chant. And this guy used to sit to one side, what they are doing. But few days passed, he started listening. And he says, one day we observed that he's working and he's whistling the tune of a chant. So he says, and he said this to Brother Ananda. He says, look, he's whistling the tune. He does not know the words, but he's caught on to the melody. Anyhow, few weeks passed, and one day Master came to see how the progress was. By the time, Andy had, instead of sitting separately when the chanting was going on, he used to come and sit next, but not participate, but he was humming, already getting into the vibration of the thing. And Master came, saw everything, and then everyone got together, they had something to eat, and Master, while speaking to everyone, caught the hand of Andy and started telling stories, few stories. Once there was a man who did this and this thing happened and then this thing happened. People laughed a little bit. Okay, then another story, some different story. Some 7-8 stories he's told which were random. And then Master said, okay, and everyone said, and Master went. So Andy was there, and Andy went and said, did you realize what he was doing? He said, yeah, Master told stories, very nice, funny stories of how life treats people and how we have to come over it. He says, those stories were my life. Exactly what has happened. And he did not even ever mention my name. He knows everything that I am doing in my life. But more importantly, I felt such compassion and such love come out of him that I want to be his follower. And Andy became a Kriyavan, a very advanced one. This is how our masters are calling out to us. They are using people like us. When we go and mingle with people who just, someone says, oh, there's something in this guy, he's very calm, he's very this. And that person wants to know this. The moment he comes into the magnetism of our master and is receiving that grace, he is not looking somewhere else. He will come and change us. And that is what awareness is all about. That is what the whole awareness is all about. No technique, no nothing is going to give it to us. You see so many disciples, I have learnt Vipassana, now let me go to whatever the other thing. Now let me go to Kriya Yoga. Now let me go to this yoga. And why? Because they are thinking technique is going to give me, because this is how we have been brought up. Abhi, you're just IIT, okay, do MBA. Do this. You are just simple MBBS, do this. And why? This is what we think. Oh, he's a very qualified doctor. He's done MBBS, he's done MD, he's done specialization from Singapore. Wow, he must be good. He might be just good at it. This is what we have been brought up. And this is what we follow in spiritual path. The magnetism, like Master said, you can go into Samadhi with Hong Saw. Master was asked, Which technique, if you are not aware of anything of the spiritual path, you are left on an island alone, and you are just given option of one technique to take along with you to find God. Which one will you take? Any guesses what his answer was? Huh? Any other guess? Energization exercises. And what we are doing is, we are just not present in the moment to receive His grace. And that is what stillness is all about. The Master was asked that to find God through any other way other than Kriya Yoga, which is a very fastest way. He said, yes, there is a way. And he was asked how and what to do. He said, concentrate here. Keep your awareness here. He says, this place is just not a chakra. It's just not like other chakras. It is concentrated energy of God. Concentrated presence of God. The example he gave was that we go out in the sun and we see everyone receiving the sunlight, and you are able to feel the heat coming from the sun. And you know it is universal. It is present everywhere. He says, but in that sun, you take a magnifying glass and you put it at the right place, the leaf starts burning, the wood starts burning. He says, that is this presence within you. You don't need to go to any temple. You don't need to go to any holy place. Call out to God. Initially, he says, if you are not even able to see anything, the reality, he said, trioin matlab three. The golden, the purple, and then the star in between. These three is the reality of all of us, and God resides there. When your consciousness will pass through this star, you will behold God in everything. And the reality, he says, whether you see anything or not, initially start imagining. The more the magnetism of your imagination becomes, then you will need not imagine. It will become a reality. And to further, he said, is whenever you pray and meditate and pray with faith and conviction. He says it is the doubt in our mind which is preventing us to experience it. Nothing else. He says the moment you have accepted the discipleship of a master, of an avatar, his grace is there. It was there even before that. The only thing lacking is my receptivity. And my receptivity is lacking because I am not present in the present moment. When I am praying to him, I am praying, okay, Yogananda ji, come to me. I have got 5 minutes. Come to me in 5 minutes. I have to go and do this. And that is how we are. We don't need 5 minutes also. That is what he said. Someone said, so I have only this much time. He says, what 5 minutes are you talking of? 1 moment is enough. And God has come to so many people in a moment. Master said that we are not, masters is the word he used. He said we are not masters of our whole life, but we are masters of moments of our life. Understand this. Very important statement. He said we may not be masters of our whole life. Our karmic things will bring things to us. But in that moment, if you are present in the now, how does it matter what has happened in the past and what you feel may happen in the future? If you are completely present in that moment In every place you can perceive God. And that is what Masters proved to us. Yogananda ji, while traveling in California, I was going from one ashram to another place, and Peggy Dietz was the disciple's name, and she was driving him. And she, first of all, if you get to listen to her interview, very advanced soul. So when she was driving, she had this habit of, she said, I need to talk of high things, spiritual things with Master. And he said he was, be light in life. So he says, then they're going, he said, oh, that's a good bar that has come up. So she continued talking. She said, stop, you nincompoop. Turn the car back and go here. So she turned the car and he went, and he said, okay, wait. And he walked inside the bar. That new bar was being made in that district. And he came out smiling. He says, you should go and see what beautiful architecture. The bar, the woodwork is excellent. He could see God even in a bar. And this is what Master said, magnetism is, if you are strong, then and only then go and mingle with people who are pulling you away from God. Otherwise, spiritual company, spiritual satsang, thought of God, thought of Guru, every moment, chanting Om Guru, Om Guru, Om Guru, will act as a shield around you. Whenever you are in an atmosphere where you can't help it, you happen to be in a place which is negative or people are talking, he says, mentally keep on chanting the name of Guru, Om Guru, Om Guru. You don't have to speak it, you're listening. He says, nothing will affect you. So let us hope and pray that we too learn how to be present in the very moment. And then we will also learn how to receive the grace of the Guru. Otherwise, the grace is existing and we are not ready to receive it. From today onwards, we will make a promise to ourselves that we will be in the present moment. And we will realize we too will say what was read out in that reading. Like in the what Praveen ji read, that what a lovely play. And it is true. It is true. It is such a lovely play. Can you imagine anyone making such a play like this? Not possible. No Shakespeare, no nothing. And last but not the least, since I took the name of Shakespeare, anyone in our present path we know whom do you think was Shakespeare? Question for next satsang. Okay ji, we'll end for today.